Hi, Sag and Sag Rising friends. Sandra from ForYouChi.com. We're here today to do your monthly tarot and oracle card reading, the first 6 houses for free here on YouTube for April 2022. Thank you so much for being here with me. The last 6 houses will be contained in the description box below. It will be on Patreon. That is the extended reading. I've made it affordable for everyone if you so choose. Now, I have to tell you, as I'm shuffling your cards, I saw something on the ceiling, and I actually got out of my seat to go look at it to make sure it wasn't just my imagination, because the glare from the light on the ring light on this camera made it a little difficult to see. There is a big spider on the ceiling. Now, I have to tell you a story. My grandmother always told me as a little kid that spiders are lucky. And I say it every time I turn on the video camera for Sag. Sag is the luckiest sign that there is. It's the only sign that's ruled by Jupiter. Traditionally ruled by Jupiter. Only ruled by Jupiter. Some astrologers say that Pisces is ruled by Jupiter, but, really it's Neptune, right? And they consider Jupiter a co-ruler of Pisces. But Sag, Jupiter rules you. So I'm not going to kill the spider. I'm going to tell my husband not to kill it. What she's to do is to sweep it into a newspaper and then put it outside. So don't kill any spiders, Sag. And you may actually see a spider, or you have just possibly have seen a spider before you started watching this video. And if so, that's just another sign of how lucky you are. Okay, but where you're at right now, as we come into April, in the beginning of April, you could be wanting some alone time or getting some alone time. And you could be curled up with your favorite book. One of the Sag's favorite things to do is to read. They love to read. Many of them love to write. They love the arts. They love music. They love to watch movies too, especially if it's based on a book that they read. What is the advice card from Colette Baron Reid's Wisdom of the Hidden Realms? We have the Chess Queen. This card talks about trust and to strategize. Okay, so you could be planning your next move in researching it first of what is the Sag going to do next? What is the Sag going to do with his or her summer that's coming up, okay? These are all things that could be on your mind. Now, your money and your stuff, you pulled the Emperor, which is the alpha male figure. The label of this card is authority. Now, you could have joint finances with someone who the Emperor represents, or you could be the Emperor, meaning you are the boss of your own money. You could be bossing around your partner because you're the one that makes more of the money or has the purse strings. But for others of you, this could be talking about a superior at your work or your job, because a lot of times the 6th house is intertwined with your money. That's how you make your money, or most of your money. With the Emperor here, this could mean that your superior is in charge authority-wise in having control over your bonus or your raise. And so there they are, appearing in your reading as the authoritarian or the decision maker. Is the Sagittarius worthy of their raise this year or their bonus this year? The word Lord is here to talk about communication praise. Okay, so I would have to say that yes, the Sagittarius they have done their due diligence here. They are worthy of their raise and their bonus this year, and this is going to happen for the majority of you who are waiting on this, okay? Now, what do we have next? The 3rd house. Oh, the Knight of Swords card in the traditional tarot deck. You have a brother or sister who may need to take some swift action in their life in order to fix something or I'm hearing uncomplicate something that has been previously complicated, and it's probably because they're the ones that complicated it in the first place, right? The Dream Walker is here to talk about dreams, the collective good, and illusions. So it's possible that you have a brother or sister who just had their head in the sand like an ostrich, didn't realize what was going on, and then all of a sudden the earth started shaking and they had no choice but to take their head out of the sand to realize, oh my goodness, they need to get themselves out of the forest fire that's around them. And so there they have to get on a camel's ride, a horseback ride, and get the hell out of there, right? It happens, especially for people who are not paying attention, unfortunately. That card just went flying. I'm going to have to go get it eventually. Your fourth house where you currently live. Your house of home. Moving on. Moving on talks about coming out of the darkness into the light. It is the Eight of Cups in traditional tarot. I like this message very much. The Altar Priestess. I feel like the Scorpios got this last month. This talks about doing rituals in your home. Now, I don't know a whole lot of Sagittarians that are into rituals. This doesn't have to be dramatic or complicated or extravagant, okay? This can be something simple, such as feng shui, cleaning up, clutter clearing, releasing items that you no longer want in your home, donating, throwing away, reducing items, right? So that it feels better. Also, if you just feel like you don't want to be in your house for some reason or the energy is not right, you may just want to take a smudge stick and clear that shit out. It's very simple, okay? It doesn't have to be a big, long, drawn-out thing, okay? Your fifth house. Your house of fun and social life and friends and dating for those of you single Sages. Shadow. Okay. So unfortunately, it's not going to be time to go out and party, or if it is, you're not in the mood. The Sagittarius is not in the mood to party. Unbelievably, in the month of April. You're feeling more like on the introverted side. I'm being told to go to the first house again. You, alone, quiet time with a book. Something along these lines is the theme for you, apparently, in April. What is the advice card that we have? The Shadow Queen. Acquiring knowledge. How about that? I didn't even see that when I went back to the first house. Acquiring knowledge. How do we acquire knowledge? Books. Some people go to the internet, but the Sagittarius will still go to a book. Thank the higher power for that. Insecurity. So there's something about you yourself being out in a crowd right now that does not appeal to you. The last word on this card is manipulation. You could be tired of the friendship circle, Sag. And let's face it, it may need to be time to weed some people out from that circle. Don't feel bad about it. What do we have next? Your work and your health. Hope. Okay, so you have hope and faith that things are about to change here for the better. What's the advice card? Oh, the Hungry Ghost. Okay, so the problem is scarcity consciousness here, attachment and obsessions. Okay, so the obsession part of that in your sixth house, don't forget rules health now, talks about laying off of the substances. I know the Sagittarius does not want to hear that because first and foremost, the Sagittarius loves to drink. Right? Even if you don't do any drugs, you guys love to drink. It may need to be scaled back in April. because you're not feeling it, but your body isn't feeling it either, Sag. Okay? And then this also, it's a twofold message. It has to do with work because we're talking about obsessions and scarcity consciousness and hope, that you have the hope that things are going to change here. It may need, the Sag may need to start putting their resume out there if you're not happy at your job. Okay, let me just say it like that. All right, now, before we go to the extended reading, I always pull 3 tarot cards to see who is around the Sagittarius as far as their 7th house of relationships. You pulled 2 sword cards. Air signs heavy. Other intellectual signs, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, who also love to read. And what do we have here? Oh, the King of Cups. At first I thought that was the page. King of Cups depicts a Scorpio. Could be other water signs too, Cancer, Pisces, but more heavily Scorpio. Okay, so we're going to take it to the extended reading where we're going to be looking at your relationship in depth, which appears to be on the hot cycle. We're going to be looking at your intimacy, your taxes, your contracts, your legal matters, the source of your significant other's income. For those of you that have that, we're going to be looking at your school and your travel, your career and your mother, your children and your best friend, and the future cards, which come up in July. Thanks so much for being here with me. Look for the extended if you so choose in the description box below. Many blessings to all of you.